Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 11 of our mindfulness meditation journey. So let's take a little bit of time. We have 11 minutes today, which means we're not in any real big rush to move through any new concepts. We can take our time getting into a comfortable position where we feel supported, either in a seat as I am. Remember, you can always have the blocks underneath you or bolster to sit on. If your knees are a little bit higher than your hips, that will help with any tingling or loss of feeling in the lower extremities. If you choose to sit in a chair, try placing your feet flat on the floor so that we have this grounding effect. And I thought what we would kind of just recap today is we are 11 days into this journey. And if you've made it every day, please know that any feelings you have about showing up, the effects of showing up every day, is all part of what we're doing here. So when we first started this, the intention was that we were going to commit to this practice for 31 days, and we were going to build up that time. We were going to build up a routine through consistency so that this process of showing up to a mindfulness practice wasn't something we felt required a lot of extra efforting. It's just now part of our routine, especially if you're joining me live. We're doing this at the same time in the same manner every day. So the number of choices we have to think through are significantly reduced. And then we show up and we do it together. Because when we show up, especially when we show up to do something for ourselves and we have the support of a community, we're more likely to be successful in our endeavor. But there's an implied expectation, I would say, when it comes to any type of meditation practice. Oh, like that we're not going to be interrupted by Lily, but we are. Can you go lay down, please? Go lay down. Go lay down. So I was continuing to read through this book by John Kabat-Zinn. And the irony of it is I've read this book multiple times, and it's each time I'm like, oh, didn't quite get that point. But very early on in the book, as you can see, there's not many pages. There's only 15 pages that I'm into. And he starts this chapter out with a scene from a New Yorker cartoon. And it says, 2 Zen monks in robes and shaved heads, one young, one old, sitting side by side, cross-legged on the floor. The younger one is looking somewhat quizzically at the older one, who is turned towards him saying, "Nothing happens next. This is it." So the reason why I bring it up is because I know that this practice can be challenging, because whether we want to sit and be with it or not, we have these unconscious expectations. And then we really start to judge ourselves harshly against them when something doesn't seem to be turning out the way that we thought it would. We're only 11 days into this beginning introduction into mindfulness meditation, and everything that's happened is what was supposed to happen. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing else is supposed to happen. This is it. Being showing up consistently within a community is all that was asked of you. And in between, we also ask ourselves to observe, where are we in all of this? And so the idea came to me not just to remind ourselves, to be gentle with ourselves, that this is the journey, this is what we're doing, but to express the importance of giving ourselves pause for rest. Even our breath has a built-in pause. It's not a continuous sweep where it's just inhale, exhale, because remember, even just mentioning it that way, probably some of us are like, I'm in the chest breath again, I'm hyperventilating. No. Well, every moment has the opportunity to have a built-in moment of rest or pause. We sometimes have to intentionally build in that rest. And so that is, for me, my day today. Today is as it is every week, my scheduled day of rest. But that's not so simple as it sounds, is it? How many times do we say, I just need a day, I just need... It's okay to say those things. That's bringing it into the world for others to bear witness to that desire. But really the work of this is on us. We've got to make it a point to sit in a space, in a place of self, and to really honor that desire of, today I just need a break. Today I need rest. Today I need a pause. And you can think about the practice that we're doing here together as sort of the training wheels of that work, of the work of ultimately getting to a place where we can just relax. So we do that by ensuring that we are set up in comfortable positions. And then once the body feels like it doesn't have to worry about anything else, it can just feel supported and take its own rest, we can then move into the breath. And so just notice how your breath in your space, in your practice today, just notice how your breath is moving in and out of the body, not getting attached about how it should or should not be. You can notice if it's resting or gravitating to one specific point within the respiratory system, again, the chest, the ribs, or the low belly. And begin to notice how it feels to just have that breath moving into the body. So you may notice, my eyes are doing it automatically, that your eyes may want to close or the gaze to soften, at a minimum, maybe just divert from the shiny electronic device on which you're joining. And then we can start to feel, as the breath moves in, its journey through the body, where it wants to travel. And if we don't get hung up on what it's supposed to do, we can start to curious about the actual feelings that change within the body just simply by allowing the breath its freedom to do what it wants without too much input from our logical thinking brain about what it should be doing. And after a few moments of just sticking with the breath, the inhale and the exhale, you can start to notice the more subtle details associated with your breath. Not only where it wants to travel within your body and what that tells you, but also we can tell you if the breath is feeling smooth or choppy on the inhale or the exhale. If the breath feels a little bit longer going in versus going out, and vice versa. And longer still that you sit with this practice of just observing the breath, you may actually begin to notice the subtle pauses, the moment of rest that happens at the end of the exhale and at the beginning of the inhale. And with that, day 11 minutes of mindfulness is done. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, no matter how it turns or how it starts. Just know that it started out with you taking this time to just check in and notice how you're showing up to the day. I'll see you tomorrow for day 12 minutes of mindfulness meditation